You are a recent engineering graduate. You are sitting at your computer, grinding through LeetCode algorithms, trying to become a full stack web developer or a generic data analyst because that is what the internet told you is lucrative. You are walking completely blind into the structural slaughterhouse. Web development, basic app creation, and standard digital workflows are currently being commoditized by AI at a terrifying velocity. But there is a massive untouchable sector of the global economy that AI cannot easily replicate because it requires bridging the digital brain with a chaotic physical. I'm talking about embedded system engineering. While your peers are fighting over shrinking entry-level software jobs, the companies building electric vehicles, autonomous drones, defense infrastructure, and smart cities are starving for talent. They cannot find engineers who actually understand how to make silicon talk to hardware. Today, we are completely redesigning your career trajectory. I'm going to break down the exact job prospect for embedded systems across India, the UAE, and the global market. I will give you the precise skill stack, the certifications you need, and the exact strategy to bypass the HR filter and get hired. Grab a notebook, it is time to leave the digital sandbox and step into the physical architecture. Welcome back, I'm Dr. To understand why my approach to the engineering labor market is aggressively different from your university career counselor, you must understand my architecture. My foundation is deeply rooted in systems architecture. I hold a bachelor's degree in engineering, specifically computer science. I paired that highly algorithmic mindset with a master's in human resource from prestigious Tata Institute of Social Sciences (TISS) in Mumbai, and eventually I earned my PhD in HR. Operating on the ground here in Dubai since 2010 and having consulted for over 20 apex corporate entities across the Middle East, I look at the global labor market as an industrial supply chain. My computer science background allows me to see where the technology is heading, and my HR expertise shows me exactly how institutional algorithms value human capital. Let us break down the global demand for the embedded system software and why you are a massive physical premium. Phase 1. The global hardware renaissance. The world is undergoing a hardware renaissance. For the last 15 years, capital flowed into the software as a service, SaaS. In 2026, the capital is flowing into the physical world. The electrification of the global automotive fleet, the massive expansion of the Internet of the Things IoTs, advanced medical robotics, and the aerospace sector all rely entirely on embedded systems. These are the real-time operating systems operating under extreme constraint. If a web app crashes, you refresh the page. If an embedded system in an autonomous vehicle braking module crashes, people die. Because the stakes are physical, the barriers to entry is high, and the tolerances for error is zero. AI models can write a Python script for a website, but they cannot independently design, debug, and validate a custom microcontroller running on custom PCB, the printed circuit board, in a high radiation environment. This is your leverage. Phase 2. India versus the UAE arbitrage. As a young engineer, you must understand the geographical supply chain of this industry. India. The R&D and the manufacturing engine India is currently executing a massive governmental-backed semiconductor mission. The country is no longer just an IT back office. It is rapidly becoming the global hub for the Global Capability Center, GCCs, specializing in VLSI designs, automotive software, and consumer electronics hardware. If you are a graduate in India, companies like Texas Instruments, NXP, Bosch, and Qualcomm are aggressively hunting for local talent to staff their R&D centers in Bangalore, Pune, and Hyderabad. India is where the deep architectural designs happen. The UAE, the apex deployment zone. The UAE and specifically the Dubai operates differently. This is the deployment and the infrastructure hub. Driven by the G33 economic agenda, Dubai is aggressively integrating smart city infrastructure, autonomous logistics, and drone networks into physical design. The UAE does not write the code. They deploy the hardware into the extreme environment. The job prospects here are heavily weighed towards infrastructure integration, defense technology, and the smart grid energy sectors. If you want to architect how embedded systems interact with apex urban environment, UAE is the ultimate testing ground. Phase 3. The skill stack and certification. You cannot bluff your way into an embedded system role. You need a hard, uncompromising skill stack. Here is the exact path. The core language. You must achieve absolute mastery over C and C++. They are the bedrock of memory-constrained environments. The 2026 edge. You must Rust. The industry is rapidly shifting towards Rust for embedded systems because of its memory safety guarantees. Knowing Rust instantly separates you from the legacy applications. 2. The hardware foundation. You need to understand the microcontroller architecture, specifically ARM Cortex M series. You must know how to read a datasheet, an undervalued critical skill. You must understand communication protocol, I2C, SPI, UART, and CAN bus, crucial for automotives. 3. Operating systems. Move beyond bare metal programming. You must learn how to architect application on RTOS, which is the real-time operating systems like FreeRTOS or Zephyr. You must need a strong foundation in embedded Linux. 4. The certifications. Do not waste time on generic coding. Look at accredited engineers, certified LabVIEW embedded system developers, the CLED, specific vendor certifications from ST Microelectronics or Texas Instrument. Phase 4. The portfolio. Bypassing the HR filter. How does a young graduate actually gets the job? If you submit a standard 2-page text resume to an HR portal detailing your university coursework, you will be ignored. You are competing against thousands of others doing the exact same thing. You must bypass the administrative filter by providing undeniable physical proof of competence. You must build a hardware portfolio. Buy a STM32 Nucleo board or an ESP32. Do not just build a weather station, build something complex. Write a custom RTOS, build a CAN bus networking simulating a car dashboard, create a hub repository, document your code immaculately, take high quality videos of your hardware operating in real time, show the oscilloscope readings, explain your memory management constraint. When you approach a senior engineering manager on LinkedIn, you do not ask for a job. You send them a 60-second video of your custom-built hardware solving a specific latency issue and say, "Hey, I noticed your team is working on an autonomous sensor integration. I recently engineered this localized RTOS solution for low latency sensor processing. I would love to show you the architecture." You force them to view you as a peer, not a student. Look at the board. The era of generic software developers is ending. The algorithmic wave is washing away the digital middle class. But the physical world still demands human architect. The engineers who can bridge the gap between complex software logics and raw silicon will dictate the terms of 2026 economy. Master the constraint of the hardware, build undeniable physical proof of your capability, transition from a passive student into an active structural enterprise. If you are a young engineer ready to completely rewire your systematic approach to the global labor market and build untouchable leverage, the ultimate manual is waiting for you. Stop competing in the digital sandbox. Start architecturing the physical future. Process the blip, execute the strategy, and I'll see you at the top.